Hi everyone, today I was just out for a walk and I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about the desert here in Arizona. One of the most famous monuments, I guess you could say, of the Arizona desert are saguaros, which I see a real pretty one back here. I thought I'd tell you a little bit about them. They're an interesting plant. And of course, they're completely adapted to the harsh, extremely harsh environment here in the desert. And there's a really nice dead one here that I want you to see and show you and give you, you'll get a better idea of how they live. So the saguaro, this is a dead saguaro. You can see this is kind of its dead, the last remains of its skin, but on the inside of a saguaro are tubes. You see, they have adapted to go great long periods of time without water by these tubes, and these tubes will absorb all the water when it rains, and it's in a gully here. And the water will kind of pool here if there gets enough water, and usually once a year there will be water pooled here. These tubes will absorb all the water they possibly can, and they'll just hold it for months at a time in these tubes, and it will live off the tubes. And when it dies, you can see how it's just kind of a collapsing mess, but the tubes are still here. And so it has adapted to an extreme environment. And you know, that's kind of what you and I are doing. We are adapting to an extreme environment. American society has become truly, truly extreme, with the extreme commercialism, the extreme emphasis on buying and obeying and conforming. We live in an extreme society, and so we have to adapt by adapting extreme measures. And instead of adapting tubes, we adapt cars and vans and RVs. And we live in a way that allows us to live in an extremely harsh and unpleasant environment. An environment that wants us to be full of fear and to be controlled and to do what we're told. And so we get out of it by living an extremely austere and simple and minimal life. Just like this saguaro cactus did for most of its life. It lived in an extreme environment, but it lived and thrived by adapting, and we're adapting. So my advice to all of you who are feeling the really negative impact of our culture and the extreme consumerism and the extreme fear-based is to get out and adapt, and get out by living in your car, a van, or an RV, and finding a better way of life, alone, but still with a crowd in the tribe that I've created here at the Rubber Trap Rendezvous. So I just thought I would share that with you, and I think it's a great analogy, and I hope you can see something from it, and you too can become a saguaro cactus in the extreme environment of your life. So I'll visit with you next time, and see you later.
Might be a little shaky, but...
No, do your best. What do you think?